Good morning. Can you hear me?
Good morning, ma'am.
Yeah, okay.
Good morning, madam.
Okay. So, first of all, I'm sorry that I couldn't take the class for previous Friday
Good
because of
morning,
work. Yeah, very good morning. Okay. So, in our first class, we have seen the introduction to the career progression. So, where we have learned some concepts related to the career and career progression. Do you all remember that? So that today, can anyone summarize or review what we have studied in the previous class? Any of yourself? Any volunteers? Or shall I call by numbers? At least the contents what we have covered in previous class. Do you all take notes when I'm teaching, or just sitting in front of the laptops or mobile? What's your practice? Okay. So you have to take or you have to concentrate on the lectures, and it's your responsibility to uh, take some notes or something else from the lectures. Okay. So at the end, I hope I could able to send the slides or send the study materials to you. However, uh, each and every class, you have some of you have to do the review. Okay. So for that, it's your responsibility to take notes. So since it is second class, okay, I will continue the chapter. So in previous class, we have studied about the introduction to the career management. Actually, we have started the chapter. So where we have introduced some concept related to the career and the career concepts, and we have learned about what is career progression and some of the tips which we can give for someone else to progress towards the career. So these are the things we have learned. Okay, and today we have to again just we can have a recap of what we have studied in the previous class, because it's been a 2 week gap. You might have sometime forgotten where we have started and where we are now. So we can just have a recap of previous lectures. And from that, we will continue the remaining chapters like how to progress in your career and what's career counseling. It's another concept related to the career. And finally, how the career planning and career management differs from one another. Okay, so both are not same. So we can see what could be the differences between the career planning and the career management. Okay, so earlier we have seen that there are many concepts which is related to the career and the career progression, and in our day-to-day life also we use those concepts without maybe consciously, or sometimes without or unknowingly you use those concepts actually without knowing the exact meaning of those concepts. We just use in our day-to-day life. Okay, but usually we hope to use these work, job, occupation, career, and all these concepts interchangeably. For one another, we are using similar terms. So we are considering all these terms are similar to each other, that they are the synonyms for the work, job, and occupations are synonyms. So we use them in our day-to-day life interchangeably. Okay, but when it comes to the career progression, or when it deeply go into that terms, they are differing from one another. So work refers to the domain of life in which the people provide service or create goods, typically on a paid basis. So if someone does anything, it can be the production of the good, or it can be the service provision. So if something is done like that, that is called as the work. So for that work, that activity of production, manufacturing some goods or providing that service, a pay is provided to that particular person. Okay, so that kind of things are called as the work. And when we see the term job, it's a specific position held over defined period of time. So the job refers to this position. Mainly, it is indicated by a position held by a person for a particular period. Okay, and when it comes to the occupation, it's also it can one's job or profession, and it's a person's principal role for business, specifically as a mean of earning living. Okay, so this is a mean of earning for the living of a particular person. And career, it refers to the sequence of or the collection of jobs one has held over the course of one's work life. So when you compare these terms, the scope of these terms, career is a very broad term. So the scope of the term career is larger than the other terms, work, job, occupation. Okay, so career is a collection of jobs. Okay, so it is not just a particular job which is held by the particular person over a particular period of time. So it's a collection of jobs. So that can be held by the person over a long period of time, maybe the lifetime. Okay, so that is the career. And we have again seen what is the career composed of. So what are the elements of the career? So maybe the job held, titles earned, works accomplished over a long period of time. So these three things may consist a career. And again, career ladder, we have seen what is career ladder. So it's a structured sequence of job position where a person progresses. So career ladder means from starting lower position in an organization, he is moving towards the higher position, maybe joining as a clerk and achieving a position of branch manager. If it is a banking industry, starting from the clerk position to reaching the position as a bank manager. So that is through that the person is progressing through the career ladder. So that sequence of job position held by the person, in which that particular person progresses in an organization is called as the career ladder. Okay, and when we we have seen that career development. What is career development? So it means it's an effort by an organization that focuses on developing and enriching the organization's human resources in light of both the employees and organization resources. So it's a process of developing the human resources. So that could be helpful for the employees as well as the organization. So that process is called as the career development. And we have seen about the career choice. So that means as how the choice means selecting the best alternative or best option from the alternative option. So that is the career choice also means. So the process of selecting and entering a particular career path where we can have more than one opportunity or more than one alternative jobs to enter into. Okay, so and again we have seen what is career progression. So it's a simple definition of career progression is that it's act of moving forward in your career. So career development is it's an ongoing process. Usually it is formalized by the organization. So career development is seen in terms of the organization, so in point of the organization, but career progression is usually we can look it in from the employee side. Okay, so it's from the person, the individual person. That view we are looking at the career progression. Okay, so it's a act of moving forward in your career. So it's like climbing the ladder at work. So however, progressing in your career doesn't always mean getting a promotion or securing. So career progression doesn't mean you need to get some promotion or you need to get some more earnings than before. So it may take the form like being awarded for more responsibility, more authority, moving to different sectors, taking new challenges. So these kind of activities are also called as the career progression. So it's not just limited to the promotion of a position, promoted to the higher position, or else having more earning or more salary package. That doesn't mean that career progression is on. Okay. So the tips for career progression, what could be the tips which can be given for an employee to progress toward the career, to improve their career path. So it could be an active employee. Employees have to be very active. They have to embrace the teamwork. Working alone will not guarantee that a person could be able to progress towards the career. So teamwork is necessary for the career progression, and act as a company advocate, so they can speak highly about the organization internally or externally, and they can share the knowledge and all. And they have to continuously seek for the growth. Just working for an organization is not enough to progress towards the career. So they have to always look for the opportunity where I can grow and what skills and knowledge I need to move forward in my career. So like that, they have to think. Be open to feedback. So even they receive some criticisms or even the negative feedback, they have to be they have to take it in a constructive way. So constructive feedbacks and constructive criticisms are more welcome, and they have to have a mindset that they could accept the feedbacks and they could improve their way. They have to find out the ways to get out from that issues and how they can improve themselves. So in such a way, they have to think. Okay, so these are the some tips for the career progression. And now we will see the benefits of career progression. Okay, so the benefit of career progression, the first one, they can gain a positive feedback. So if they progress towards the career in an organization, the top management will see, okay, this person is very energetic and always want to grow himself or herself, and he is striving for the continuous improvement. So that would be beneficial for the organization as well, so that they can gain a positive feedback by exemplifying a strong work ethic and interest in your career advancement. Okay. Form 140. Form 140. Okay. Okay. So this is one of the benefit of being progressive or thinking about the progression of the career. So whether during the formal employee interview or review session or indirect feedback from the colleagues and superior, you can learn more about your professional capability and areas to work on, preparing yourself for the future opportunity. So when you show some enthusiasm, when you show some interest to progress or get more responsibility, accept more challenges only, they will recognize you, and if you show some interest on you, they can give you some feedbacks. If you just work and if you don't show any interest on having a new work or doing something new, they don't encourage you to. But when you take some steps to move forward, others also will support. So they will give their feedbacks, and they will tell you, okay, these are the weaknesses of yourself, so this is the issues you are having about. So you have to work on this area, and if you can rectify these errors or these issues, you will be in a very better position in the future. So like how they will motivate or they will encourage yourself. So for that, you have to put forward a step. Okay, so you have to put a step forward, so then only they can support you. Okay, so that is the first benefit. And second one, have job options. Okay, you will have more and more job options when you are looking for the career progression. So the goal of career progression is often to gain higher position or new roles that strengthen your skill set or expose you developing a new one. Okay. So when you are progressing or when you're looking for the career progression, you will most of the time you will be responsibility. You will need some new skill sets, your new skills and knowledge, abilities, expertise. So everything would be needed in order to complete the new responsibility which has been assigned to you as you have promoted to a new role, that means a higher position. Okay, so taking a proactive approach to advance your career, you can often lead to the opportunity you might otherwise not encounter. Okay, so when you proactively work on career, progressing towards your career only, you can see the opportunities which is available to you. Otherwise, you don't even recognize, okay, these are the opportunities which is available to me. So even you can miss out some opportunities if you don't proactively work on progressing the career. Okay, so you will once you started to work proactively, you will experience that, oh, this much of opportunity I'm having. So you can choose the best option from the available opportunity. And the third one, secure strong references. Okay, so taking a keen interest in career progression can also help you secure strong professional references when you actively job search. Okay, so some employees, so taking a keen interest, that you have to be very interested in progressing your career, just not just staying in the same position. You have to have a keen interest on progressing towards the career, and that will help you to secure the strong professional references. So you will have to always develop a network with other people, network with other professionals, so that you will have some particular person, they will refer you as the better personality. So that opportunity will be available to you once you have a keen interest on the career progression only. So some employee, they might require both professional and the personal references, or they may not accept it. So they don't accept the personal references only. So they may require some professional references also when you apply for a job. Okay, so to learn more about you as a potential candidate, so consider developing connections on both fronts. So you have to develop connection from personal type as well as the professional type. So you have to develop a network of both the personal references and the professional references. So when you're applying for a job or when you're seeking for a job, you can have these good references for your curriculum vitae. So having contact who can speak about your achievements, work ethic, skills, and professionalism might help you to get invited to the interview for other roles and gain the job offer. Okay, so if you have someone or some people to talk positively about what you have achieved in your past and how ethically you work in your organization, and what are the specific skills and unique talents you have, and how about your professional. So all these things have to be spoken by some other person positively. So the organization require that kind of references. So if you have someone to positively talk about these things, that would be an advantage for you. So because when we apply for a job, normally we used to we used to send our CV to the organization who is publishing the advertisements, or when they are calling for an job position, we used to send our CV. So in our CV, we indicate the non-related references. So usually what they do is they will call those references and they will have a blind review of the candidate. So if they are satisfied with the results or the discussion with the reference only, you will be invited for the interview, or you will be shortlisted for the next stage. Okay, so in order to secure strong references, you have to be very keen on looking for the opportunities for the career progression, and then earn a professional reputation. So in order to earn a professional reputation, you have to always keen on the career progression, like leaders, colleagues, and other business professionals. They often view as determined, proactive, and ambitious when you actively seek career progression and high personal standards of your work. So if you just stay in the same position for a long period of time without any interest, without taking any action to progress in your career, so they will not they will feel negatively about yourself. Okay, so your character, your ambitiousness, or everything is determined by the action you take for a career progression. So earning a professional reputation as a committed employee or the person with career direction can help you in a multitude of ways. So what is the benefit of earning this professional reputation? One of the benefit of career progression is earning professional reputation. So why this professional reputation? Why our colleagues and our professional have to think about ourselves in a positive way? Why they have to give some reputation for ourselves? First one, growing your network of contacts. So if you have some reputation only, the professionals and other people will come and talk to you. So otherwise they don't wish to develop some kind of relationship with yourself. And then learning about the career opportunity. So then you can learn about the career opportunity and standing out from the co-workers for initial promotion. So you have to stand out from the co-workers for the initial promotion. So if you are being viewed positively by your leader or by your superior, when they are considering about a promotion, you will be the first preference by themselves. Okay, so for these things, you have to earn a professional reputation, and one of the way of earning professional reputation is career progression. Okay, so these are the benefits of career progression, and then now we will look into how to progress your career. Okay, how we can progress in our career is, first we have to establish what success means to you. That means what is the success? What the success means? What? Okay, so if the meaning of success varies for everyone. So everyone will define the success in various different ways. Okay, so you person A will define the success in a particular way, and the person B will define the success in another different way. Okay, so the definition or how they take the meaning of success will vary from one person to another. So consider your professional value when you envision what success means and evaluate which professions, industries, or roles foster those values. So you have to, when you are defining or when you are considering what is success for myself, you have to consider your personal values. Okay, so what are the personal values when you envision your success, or you have to evaluate the professions, what professions are available to you, what is the industry you are looking for, and what are the roles you are looking for. All these things you have to consider when you try to define, or when you try to get a meaning for the success. Okay, so learn about jobs with work expectation that align with what you want or prefer to avoid. Okay, so you have to learn about the job with work expectation. What are the work expectations you are having about, and that align with what you want or prefer to avoid. Okay, you have to in your work you may need something like you need some amount of salary, the minimum amount of salary you try to earn from your job, and you may need that work should provide you a work-life balance, and it has to be flexible. The work time has to be flexible. You may wish to have a good working environment. The colleagues have to be supported. So like that, you may have some expectation in your work. At the same time, you may prefer to avoid some things. Okay, so like rather than when you expect a work life balance, you prefer to avoid the jobs with nighttime works, okay, night shift works. So that jobs would be avoided by yourself. So establishing how you define success can help you focus on how to achieve it. So first you have to develop how you define the success. What is the success for me? Whether getting more salary is success for me, or whether a satisfying job is success for me. So for yourself, you have to decide what means the success for myself. Okay. Second one, determine how to reach your goal. So you have to determine what are my goal and how can I reach those goals. Okay. So in order to reach the goals, what you have to normally do is you have to plan. Okay, so planning is an essential part of the career progression, and you can create a strategy that's ambitious while also achievable. So whatever you want to do, you have to plan it. So otherwise, it would be a failure. So it will result in a failure. Okay, you may not be able to achieve the desired goals. So that what you have to do is you have to plan your career progression, and you have to develop some strategies for the achievement of that particular goal. So that strategy should be ambitious, as well as that strategy should be achievable strategies. You could able to implement those strategies in order to achieve the goals. Okay, so outline how to achieve your professional goals and figure out what roles can help you gain the expertise and skill set you need. Okay, so you have to outline how to achieve your professional goals. What are my professional goals? Whether I want to be for example, a chartered accountant in 2024, then what you have to do is you have to work for that. Okay, so you have the profession. What you have to outline the professional goals and figure out what roles can help you gain the expertise and skill set that you need. Okay, so what roles and what position can help you to achieve the expertise and skill you need to progress in your career. Then you have to understand your mistakes. So just planning and implementing the strategies is not enough to progress in your career. So what you have to do is, when you do some mistakes or when you do something wrong, you should have a mindset, or your attitude. You should have an attitude where you accept your mistakes. Okay, so whenever someone else point out, okay, these are the mistakes you have done in your career or in your work, or these are the errors which have been made by yourself. So if someone else points out, or even when you could able to identify those mistakes, you have to have a mindset, okay, these are the mistakes I have made. So why these mistakes have been done. So you have to be able to find out the root causes of those mistakes. And once those mistakes have been identified, after that, you should be able to understand those mistakes. What is the reason for that mistakes, and how can I get out of these mistakes? So what could be the strategies I can follow to make these mistakes will never happen in the future? Okay, so that kind of mindset and that kind of action you have to take. So nearly all professionals, they make mistakes. So we are the human beings. So we cannot expect that to be a perfect one without making any mistakes or any issues. So everyone makes mistakes. So so that what you have to do is often how you handle them or can matter more than the initial error. So once you made the mistake, what matters is how you are going to handle the mistakes. Okay, whether you are going to leave it as it is, or whether you are going to understand, or whether you are going to look into what is the issue, why this mistake has been done, or whether you are going to take any action to rectify or correct those mistakes and all. So that is what matter. Okay. So mistakes serve as an effective way of learning. So the failure is the first step of the success. So that is what we have heard from our childhood. So like that, mistake, they are the means to achieve, or it's the effective way of learning. Through the mistakes only, you can learn more and more. Okay. So even when you think about your exams and your subjects and all, you when you think clearly that you could able to understand, okay, whatever the things you made mistakes, you remember still. Those things will be in your mind until now. But whatever the questions you got correct answer, sometimes you might have forgotten those things. Okay. So the making mistakes, the first step of learning and improving the quality of the work. And you can show an employer how resilient, flexible, and positive you are regardless of the challenges. So even you made mistake, you are able to correct those mistakes, and you are able to accept the new challenges and progress in the career, not just fitting into being connected to the mistakes is not your part. Okay. And then fourth one, keep learning. A proactive way to progress your career is to keep learning. Okay. So how you can progress the career is you have to always keep learning, and it can be through a career development program at your workplace. So how you can learn this, or how you can continuously learn these things. Even you can take some personal steps to learn to progress towards the career, or otherwise through the career development in your organization, they will conduct some career development program, and through that programs also you can learn continuously. Learn something new. Okay. So like the seminar, so the organization, how they are conducting this career development program, the most common way of having this career development programs is conducting the seminars or workshop to the employees. Maybe within the organization or outside the organization, they will have some seminars and workshops. Okay. So learning management and leadership skills, improving your computing proficiency, and honoring the organizational techniques can be essential in helping you achieve a professional goal. Okay. So what you have to do is you have to develop some leadership and management skill. Okay, not only that technical proficiency, the technical expertise. You have to have some management skills, leadership skills, and in every field, whatever the field you are working for, you have to have the IT skills. Okay, the computer proficiency is needed by each and every organization these days. So that proficiency also needed, and how you can hone the organizational techniques can be essential when you try to progress in your career, or when you are trying to achieve the professional goals. Okay. Then another thing is connect with a mentor. So you can connect, you can choose a senior person from your organization as your mentor to guide you, to provide you the guidances, and to support you to progress your career. And he can point out what are the mistakes you made, and what areas you need improvement, and what are the areas you are working very well. So those kind of things would be identified by a mentor. So it's a senior person in your organization. So having a mentor is often beneficial. So you have to have a senior person in your organization as a mentor to yourself. Okay, as a mentor, individual mentor you have to have. So they can provide you the invaluable insights and advice on how to navigate in your career. So sometimes you may not know about the career path and what are the opportunities you have in your organization. And in order to grab that opportunity, what you have to do in order to achieve your goal, what are the essential requirements by the organization. So that kind of things you may not aware of. So what you can do is by having a mentor, they will provide you some invaluable insights and advice how you can navigate, how you can progress to the career. Okay, so the mentors they often act as a positive influence. Usually they will be supporting you very much, so they will influence yourself in a positive way and helping you recognize personal and professional strengths and weaknesses. So they will help you to recognize what are the strengths, what are the weaknesses, both in professional life, in the personal life. So in some of the area, you will be working very well. You will be doing those things in a very good manner. But in some area, you might have you may not have that much of knowledge and skill to complete the task of those things. So you might have some weaknesses. So that mentor will help you to identify, okay, these could be your strength, these could be your weaknesses. So that's how they will help. So this may help you grow your network or contacts or keep you informed about the opportunity, both of which are pivotal to the career progression. So these mentors, because they are the senior persons in the organization, they already have developed a greater network with the people from the expertise or people from the organization or from different organization, the people at the same level, they have already developed a network. Okay. So what they can do to you is they can introduce yourself to such kind of people, the such expertise people, and you can also develop a network with those people, not only with the mentor, not only with the people from your organization. You can develop the network from the people from outside of the organization as well. Okay, and they will always alert you with the opportunities. What are the opportunities you are having about? So you will always that mentors will always encourage you to grab that opportunity, apply for the new things or and all. Okay. And then join the professional organization. So you have to, even you have the enough academic qualification, even you have got a better position in an organization, you should not stop with that. Okay, so you have to continuously work towards, and you have to join some professional organization, so that will increase your reputation. So professional extracurricular activities that can help advance career, and many employees want to see the job applicants with the experience outside of the workplace. Okay. So you have to not only engaging in the professional activity, so you can engage in some professional extracurricular, what is required or what is designated to you. Not only that, you can engage in professional extracurricular activity, like gaining some additional knowledge or participating in some additional workshops and seminar, or gaining some additional professional qualification, being part of the professional organization. So these type other professional extracurricular activities, so which is not mandatorily required by the organization, but if you have all these things, that would be an advantages for you. Okay. So depending on your industry, there typically are professional groups that focus on the skill development. Okay. So there are some based on the industry. Maybe you may be working in the financial industry, or you may be working in the medical industry. So based on the industry, there could be some professional organization, and some people would be the members of that professional organization. That people will continuously focus on the skill development and leadership, continuous learning. So they will not stop learning some with a particular point, so they will continuously strive towards the learning and help those in the field gain new insights, techniques, and the abilities. Okay, so for these things, you have to join a professional organization. By being a part of that professional organization, you will also engage, automatically engage in these kind of activities. You don't need to take any specific action to engage the continuous learning or gain the new insights. So when something happens in the external environment, they will immediately try to bring that to the members of the particular organization. So you will automatically gain some insights, okay, and build a solid network. So the final one is you have to build a solid network of professionals. So networking can often give you a wide variety of contacts, okay. So in order to get a job or in order to progress the career, networking is the essential one. Okay, so you have to have the network with the professional and expertise people. Okay, so some of whom might share fresh perspective or viewpoints that help you expand your knowledge and the expertise. Okay, so it's often natural to connect with those work in your industry. Usually, what people do is the people used to connect with the people who are working in the same industry. Though growing your professional network to include those who work in other field can help you learn different ideas and expose you even more connections you might not otherwise meet. Okay, so what this mention is, for example, if you are working in a financial industry, if you are working for a bank, what you will do is you will develop a network of the members of that particular bank, or sometimes you will go to some extent outside, and you will develop a network of people who are working for some other banks as well. Okay, but the people from the financial industry only. So what is said that you have to have not only having the network of people in this financial industry, you also want to have a develop, or you also want to develop a network of the people who are working for the other industry, maybe the medical industry or the engineering industry or the academic industry. So like that, you have to have a network of different industries. Okay, so that will why they are saying that you should have this kind of diverse network. It's because it will explore you to the new opportunities. So without their knowledge or without having the network with that people, you might not aware of that issues or aware of that opportunities. Okay, and then career counseling. So the concept career counseling, what is mentioned by the career counseling, and we will see what is career planning and career management as well. Okay, so with that we can able to complete this chapter. So career counseling, it refers to before that I will clear about what we have studied up to now, how to progress their career and what are the benefits of career progression. Is that clear? Is that clear, or do you have any doubts? Anything to ask? Okay. So now we will move to the career counseling. So it refers to the services offered to ameliorate or prevent the problem with work behavior, regardless of the prestige or level of education associated with the given work option. Okay, so career counseling, it's like you may know that, or you may be aware of the term counseling. Giving such support to mental support to the people who are being suffering because of some tension or mental issues, or mental, for example, like mental problems. Okay, so what we can do is, for those people, we can give some kind of support. We can say give some kind of guidance to the people to get out of those mental stress and mental illness. Okay, so the career counseling, it refers to the services offered for or to avoid the issues, or sometimes if they have encountering any kind of issue, to get out of those problems. But usually, this career counseling is just limited to the career issues and problems. Okay, not for the personal issues and the personal problems. Okay, so commonly the counseling means it's support or service offered to come out of the personal whatever the issue they are having, but the career counseling, it's only limited to the work issues and the work problems. So whatever the position they could work, so they may be in a very prestigious position, or they may be a very low level employee. It doesn't matter. So just service to provided to everyone. The same service is provided to everyone. Okay, so it doesn't concern about the prestige or the level of education or what is the job position they are holding about. So that in anything doesn't matter to the career counseling. So the career counseling typically take place between an individual client and the counselor. So how this process will take place? There will be a counselor, the person the designated with the position as the counselor, and the employees who are going to get some guidance or support is said to be the client. Okay, so it could be just a two-way and very personal interaction or personal discussion would be within the client and the counselor only. No one else will be there. And whatever the issue shared by the client to the counselor will be kept very confidentially. They don't reveal it to anyone else, and they don't provide the solution for the issues the employees having about. What they will do is they will give some guidance, they will give some support to their employee to get out of those issues. So they will empower the employee to make some decision to solve that issue, and they by their own only they will take some decision. They will identify some solution to get out. Okay, so it's typically it takes place between an individual client and the counselor. Though many career counselor also the employee group counseling or the workshop, particularly in the educational setting, in which a number of clients are dealing with common developmental challenges. Okay, so this is a two-way communication, an individual communication. Just two people would be there, and the service will be provided to the client. Okay, and career counseling can be directed at very wide range of client presenting the problem. So the issue that can be presented to the counselor by the client is not limited. So whatever the problem which is related to the work, they can provide to the counselor. So but these may be largely captured within three larger categories. So they can provide the issues, but they have categorized, the scholars have categorized the issues which would be provided to the counselor by the client as three. Help in making and implementing the career related decisions. So how they can make and how they can implement the decision which has been already made. So both of these things, the guidance on both of these things can be provided. And then help in adjusting to work and managing one's career. So how a particular person who has entered into the work environment newly, how they can adjust themselves, how they can adapt themselves to the working environment. So these kind of things, the guidance can be provided. And third one, help in negotiating the career transition and work-life balance. So if they are looking for a transition in their career, so how help them to how they can negotiate the career transition. So how they can negotiate the salary, how they can negotiate the flexibility. So those kind of things to empower them to have the proper negotiation with the employers and help them to take some decision or take some steps to manage both the work and life in a proper way. So these kind of things, for these kind of issues, the career guidance can be provided. Okay. And the final part is career planning and the career management. Okay. So career planning, when we see what is the difference between these, career planning, the career management and career development are overlapping terms, sometimes used to interchangeably in the research literature. Okay, usually the career management and development are overlapping. Okay, so they have been used interchangeably in the literature, maybe the practitioners by workers and the employees themselves. Both individual and organization engage in three processes. Also, they have somewhat different motivations, practices, and expectations. So, career planning, what does it mean? Where they have used the career management and career plan development interchangeably. But what does this career planning means is it's for the individual is an ongoing interactive process that involves developing an understanding of oneself and one's goal, as well as becoming aware of the educational and labor market opportunity and impediments to one's expected to fit into the world of work. Okay, so career planning means what they have to do, they have to properly plan the career. So in order to plan the career, what they have to do is they have to continuously work towards developing. They have to have a clear understanding of himself or herself first. Okay, having a clear understanding of yourself is necessary. So having a clear understanding of oneself, what that means, what are the strengths, weaknesses. So you have to clearly understand those things, and you have to define. Okay, what are the goals I wish to achieve? What are the goals I desire to achieve in my future? So you have to have a clear understanding of the goals you are expecting to reach. Okay, as well as you have to aware of the educational and labor market opportunities. So what are the educational opportunities available you to empower yourself or to develop yourself, and you have to always conscious about that. And then what are the labor market opportunities? So what are the job opportunities which are available for me? So in which field, in which area of expertise, more opportunities are available. So in which area I have to develop myself. So that kind of thing you have to think about. And what are the restrictions, what are the barriers are available for me to achieve my world of work, expected outcome, so expected goals. These kind of understanding you might have. So that is called as the career planning. And what does this career management mean is, it involves those personal competency and organizational influences and structures that allow and drive individual to acquire the requisite knowledge, attitude to achieve their own career and personal goal and to meet the demands of their work environment. So what does this mean is, it means the personal competency and organizational influences and structures. Not only the personal competency and knowledge and skills you are having about, what is the structure of the organization and which drive yourself or which drive the individual to acquire the skills, knowledge and attitude. So you might have some set of skills and knowledge already, but your organization, they require some different kind of skills, and whether they are having a structure which allow you to develop these kind of knowledge, skills and attitude to behave or achieve their own career and personal goal and to meet the demand of the work environment. Okay. So it's an ongoing process of refining, implementing and monitoring the plan made and the steps undertaken by the individual and his or her workplace. Okay. So it's an ongoing process of refining. You have to refine yourself, you have to implement the developed goal, and you have to monitor whether the plans are actually achieving the expected result. So how the normal managing the resources and organization means, you are now managing the career, you are developing the plans for the career, you actually implement those plans, and after that you are monitoring that whether the plan you have prepared is actually implemented, and whether that implementation steps taken by the individual is proper, and whether it is able to achieve the desired goal. So you are monitoring that. That is the career management. Okay. So this is all about this chapter. Do you have any doubts? Anything to ask? Any questions? Okay, if not, we can wind up the class. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.